Hello again, my name is Cheryl Wilson. I'm an abstract artist. And those of you that are joining me again, thank you so much for continuing to come back to my channel and supporting me and leaving me comments and just being a friend in the art world with me. And those that are new, I periodically upload videos. If I see something interesting I'm doing, I'll turn the camera on and follow the process. And the interesting thing about this painting, it was a perfect example of what happens to me as an abstract artist, and I know I'm not the only one, and I know that you probably experience this, of starting a painting, having no idea where you go, which doesn't scare me, but going in a direction and then not even liking the direction you're going, and then taking several other directions and ending up with something totally different. What happens though, everything underneath this painting was not a waste of time. It wasn't a waste of paint. It helped inform me as to which direction I'm going to go next. Sometimes it helped inform me that I don't like what I'm doing. Other times it was things that you'll see me do that I was experimenting, and I learned from that. If I continue to paint the same way every time, what is the fun in that? So I do go outside the lines a lot. I color outside the box a lot, and I come back normally back to a style that I'm familiar with, using a lot of the same techniques that I love. So without continuing, let me just get into the video and show you what I mean when I say that it took a totally different direction than what I thought it was going to take. And I'm happy. I'm happy where it ended up. So, as I am the editor, the creator, and everything that has to do with this video, let's roll this tape. All right, as I start this piece of paper, it is an 18 by 24 inch, fairly thick, I think 100-pound watercolor paper, which is good because I do add a lot of water. And one thing I want to mention going forward is I think I'm going to try to add more of me, showing me in the beginning, talking to you. I shy away so much from the camera. I don't like myself on camera, but I want you to get to know me a little bit better. So maybe in future videos I'll do that. Like many of my paintings, I always start with a graphite. I use either a graphite pencil. I will grab a regular pencil, a woody. And my woody, I think, is my favorite. I'll put that in the description down below if you're new to my channel, but you'll see me use that a lot. And then I like to wet it. Sometimes I'll dip the woody down or the graphite down in the water. Sometimes I use charcoal and dip it down in the water and then paint on the paper. But this one I just sprayed some water, and I'm just, as many artists say, activating the canvas, getting the canvas started. You got to start somewhere. I take a lot of risks in my painting. I think it's kind of funny because my professional business, I was an actual professional risk manager, and I had to prevent risks from happening and work with many of the agencies in the DC area to prevent risks from happening. But maybe since I did that for years and years, I want to take risks now. So I am using Liquitex High Flow. I'm using regular Liquitex, the golden paint. I'm using the High Flow is golden. I do grab Liquitex paints. I added in some Lucas, and I think that may be part of what got me started in a direction. I was basically playing with a new paint. I wasn't used to the texture of the Lucas, which is so totally okay. But a lot of times when you're getting used to a new product, it's going to do different things. I mean, I can't expect it to do the same thing as all my other paints. So I am just playing in the paint and making marks and spreading the paint out with lots of water, using different sizes of brushes. I love the white, the titanium white high flow. You'll see me add that a lot into my paintings. I actually had to order a new bottle because the tip on the one I had, I lost it. It got kind of filled with paint and then it got ruined, and so basically I do a lot of dipping down in the bottle. So I think I may put some of this on a fast forward until I get to the point that maybe I need to stop and tell you the other direction I went. But I am just playing back and forth between adding in some graphite and the more liquidy type paints, and just playing at this point. Nothing is happening at this particular point. I feel this is the point where I tend to go off in a direction I just didn't like. And I really feel, and this will happen, to any artist, not that it's an excuse, is that I introduced a new paint. And that paint was a balance between the full liquid type paint with the golden and the golden more high-bodied or full-bodied. So it was thinner, which is great. I love the Lucas paints. I just wasn't used to it. So I just let my inspiration, I actually let this sit overnight. I came back and I was just in the mood to play. And you'll see me do some things with this that I don't know where I'm going. I am taking risks. I have no plan. And I'm okay with that, and I'm okay showing you that I'm okay with the fact that I am going in a direction that I don't end here. I completely take it in a direction totally different. But through that, I'm writing down mentally in my brain some of the things that I'm doing that I haven't done before that I kind of like, which is the scraping and kind of turning my palette knife. I'm okay with the fact that I took this in a direction that totally ended up, as you saw in the beginning painting, a black and white gray tone painting. And so I hope that the process of this encourages you when you do your art, that if you end up with a painting that looks like this, which to me is I don't want to say ugly, but it's not my style, that it's okay, because you can turn it around and do something with it that you end up liking in the end. The main thing is, don't stop, don't quit, don't throw it away, don't say, okay, I'm a horrible painter, no painting is ever going to come out of me again that I like. That's not true. That's the inner critic talking to you. Just continue to go with it. Continue to just do the things you love, make the marks you love. And a start of that for me was to add the graphite back in. And that was just a start of saying, okay, I'm taking this in a different direction. And I continue to look at some of the things on the things I love list. And that is adding black and white, adding circles. And so I'm going to put this on a slight fast forward and just let you watch the direction that I took this in and basically how I ended the painting. Okay, so I am now adding in a piece of tissue paper. It's a mixed media that I make myself. And I take white tissue paper, any color will do. And then I take a high flow, Golden's, black, or any color will do, and just make marks on the tissue paper. And I always have a couple sheets of that lying around because I'll add that in. And it just gives you a mark that you normally, you just can't, I mean, you could make it in your art, but it's something that's right there that's kind of just another addition to your painting that gives you an inspiration. So I'm coming down to the wire here. I'm liking what I have, and I'm okay again with the process of going through from a painting that could have gone a totally other direction that ended up actually in a style that I normally do. I could not have gotten here if I hadn't have done some of the previous marks in my painting, colors. It's just something that you have to experience, that going through a process is just that. It's going through a process of painting. So I hope this has been helpful to you, and I hope you've enjoyed this. I do have another video that is very similar to this, where I take it in a totally different direction, kind of just to tell you, don't give up on your painting. Don't stop. Don't throw your paper away. So many artists will throw their paper away. They think they've ruined the painting, and I am here to tell you, I did do that at one point. I gave away paintings, and I now know to go back and just to keep pushing through until I get to something I love based on the marks that I love. So I hope this has been helpful to you. Let me know in the comments if you like videos like this, what more you might want. Just any comment. My art is not for everyone. My style of painting is not for everyone, and I'm okay with that. But it is, my art is who I am, and it's my personal direction that I'm going. So I hope sharing it does help, you know, some artists out there. But thank you for watching.